Terry, Sarah, thank you so much for joining me. We're on our, I don't even know anymore.
I know
Wow.
it started with me in my pajamas eating my breakfast, and now we're like, what, halfway through my afternoon. I don't know
Yeah.
how you're doing. I
Uh,
hope you're getting
I
snacks.
did. My daughter brought me a plate and then I licked it clean. During the last showcase, I have to eat all the crackers before my microphone gets unmuted. But what better way is there to eat a snack than to watch beautiful dancers performing while you do it?
The showcase has been amazing today. I ended up 20 minutes behind at one point because I'd gone back and watched some of the performances twice. And I'm like, now I need to catch up. How do I catch up? I
Yeah,
don't know
because
how to.
what are you gonna cut out? You can cut out the part where we got shut down by YouTube for copyright infringement.
Yeah, which was like 2 minutes. You need a little bit longer than that to catch up when you
Well,
get.
we tried. It was so funny because I looked over at one point and I was like, "Oh, it's broken. We broke it. Can we fix it? I have no idea." It came back. We're all good. Oh, all right. So, for people who don't know, can you tell everyone a little bit about what the Bellydance Business Academy is, what you lovely ladies have to do with it? And then there's a third who's not here. Had to take a vacation. What's she thinking?
Seriously.
Doesn't she know that Bundle Party Day is party day? It's party day. That is a vacation. Come on, Lisa. All right. I'm going to go shut my door. You guys tell people about the Bellydance Business Academy.
Okay. You want me to get started, Sarah, and then
Yeah,
you
you
can
should start
add?
because you started all this.
Yeah, so I'm Terry Allred, and I'm so happy to be here with you. I think this is my third year offering content through the bundle, and every year I just love it. Fourth year,
Yeah, it's Sarah's third year and your fourth year.
I'm fourth year offering content through the
You're
bundle.
seniors.
We're seniors. Math is hard. The Bellydance Business Academy is an online school with both live and on demand classes to help you by providing the tools, training, and support you need for your belly dance business. So, whether you are a teacher, a performer, a conference producer, or a professional dancer, we have classes and workshops to help you meet your goals. We realized that folks spent a lot of time training and doing technique and learning how to hone their craft, and that it was a shame that we didn't have any resources to help people learn how to hone their business so that way they could get their craft in front of people. And so that's why the Belly Dance Business Academy is in existence. Were actually founded by Julie Eason about 10 years ago, maybe. And then I took it over 5 or 6 years ago from Julie and expanded it to include teachers from all over the world. So we offer classes and there we try to offer one or two a month live, and then there's lots on demand. And the topics include everything from marketing to business planning. There are classes for just students on there. So sleep and stress management using gratitude, and how to get the most out of dance classes, and pick what intensive you want to go to when we're back attending intensives again. We have resources for everybody in terms of online educational content. But then the other part that I'm the most excited about is the coaching circle. And maybe Sarah, you might want to tell people a little bit about the coaching circle, just so that way I'm not dominating the conversation.
I like it when you talk. It's great. Yeah, so I'm really excited about the coaching circle too. We're starting a new one this coming week. Um, I mean, the idea of the coaching circle is not some great revolutionary idea. People are doing it in all kinds of businesses. Is just having that peer support between people who are going through the same kind of business issues that you are. So we have been collecting a large group, although it's not too late to join us. You can still join us. We've been chatting on Facebook, and people have put up issues that have come up already, issues that they've had just this week, or websites they want some advice on, the colors that they're using or the size of the buttons that they're using. And we're just giving peer feedback. It's like having a really good group of friends who all love and support you in your business. So they're not just going, yeah, you're great. They're also going, yay, you're great. Have you thought about doing this a little bit better? All done with love and support and friendship. And so it's part of that. We have this Facebook group where we all chat, but also we have live conversations where people can bring their issues, or we can all have a big discussion about a larger issue that's coming up for a number of different people. And yeah, so people just sign up to that coaching circle. And if the group starts to get too big, then we can separate it off so that there's people with similar business issues can work together. So it should still have that friendship feel group and never get too big to feel like you're getting personal attention out of it. I did one of these with Terry, which is why I'm kind of like so excited about doing it. It changed my business. It changed my business in so many different ways. Every week I was turning up to, the conversations with, okay, here are my 5 things I need to talk about. And I got the best advice. And some of the people who were in the coaching circle with me at the same time, those are still some of my best friends and the people that I admire most. It's really gratifying watching their businesses taking off. And like, oh, she did that. Look how amazing it's worked out for her. I was part of that conversation. So yeah, coaching circle alongside the workshops and classes hopefully gives people a way of contacting us in a way that they need when they need the support that we can give them.
Yeah, I'm part of a mastermind, which is essentially what the coaching circle is, just in a different format. And I don't think there's been a single thing that's been more beneficial for me and all the work that I do than having that regular contact with a group of people who can work with you on your business. And I called several of them during the setup of all this bundle stuff, and I'd be panic attack, what do I do about this? What do you guys think about this? How should I market that? What do we need to talk to about this? And just getting outside perspectives, I think, is so important in your business. And I think as dancers, a lot of times we get stuck in the drama and the bullshit of the belly dance world, right? So you don't necessarily want to talk to another dancer about your business because they're maybe not the kind of dancer who's into that. Because I've run into, you can't, there's people you just can't talk to about it. And so having a safe and supportive place within the dance community where it's everyone is there in an abundance mindset, you doing better doesn't hurt them doing better doesn't hurt you, right? Because it doesn't. Let's just be real. And being able to go into that space is so valuable. I'm so glad that you guys have brought this back up to the forefront, because I've seen you guys marketing it a lot more lately.
Yeah, so interestingly, Julie, the first owner of the Bellydance Business Academy, that was basically she had a couple of on-demand classes and a coaching circle, and those were all the services that she offered. And there are multiple contributors to the bundle this year who were in my coaching circle.
Nice.
And we all kind of supported. For the last 10 years or so, we've watched each other's businesses grow. And in reflecting upon the coaching circle, I realized every major thing that I did, publish the book, publish the DVD, create an international conference, was all done in a 3-month period. And it was all done with coaching. So we really want to invite you to give us 3 months and see what happens. You are going to get to have a sample of the coaching circle as a part of the bundle. You will get to come to a coaching call. Like Sarah said, we have ongoing immediate support in our Facebook group. So daily, people are asking questions and getting responses. You don't have to wait till once a month. And then we also have a phone call, or it'll probably be Zoom at this point, a Zoom meeting where people from all over will be connecting about their business issues, as Sarah said, and you'll get to try that. You'll get to come to one. And the thing that I think is the greatest about the coaching circle is, okay, let's say that you're a member of the coaching circle and you can't make it. You can literally tell us what your issue is and we'll talk about it, and then tell you where on the video to come back and listen.
Nice.
We started talking about your issue at 15 minutes. Check it out there. So I always like to say, we'll work even when you're not.
That's the best kind. That's the best kind of support right there. No matter what you might be doing, they're still supporting you over here. I actually met Julie back at, there was an event in, it wasn't in Los Angeles, but it was outside of LA. That was like a business conference for belly dancers like 10 years ago. And I met her there, and it's actually the event that gave me all of the connections that allowed me to start the bundle 4 years ago, because I met Nadira, I met all these people like at that event, and I would be like, I contacted them all these years later and was like, hey, so we met once. And I have this idea. What do you think? But it was enough. It's like sometimes even just the connections you can make through these things, like that's enough. But I would really like to dive into like what you guys do for students, because each of the three of you are putting in a piece to the belly dance bundle. I would like to, right? Sarah and I joked a lot about it being a bundle within a bundle within a bundle, because it's part of the lecture bundle. So Sarah, you're kickstarting your teaching.
Yep. Yeah, I'm doing. Oh, sorry, can you hear my dogs going crazy?
A little bit, but it's not bad.
They're a long way away.
Literally, one of the segments today is meeting Jenny's cats, so we're all in on the animals.
We're on the animals.
Jenny has adorable cats.
Aww, pause. Yeah, I'm doing a workshop lecture about restarting, and kickstarting your belly dance classes. We talked a little bit on the podcast about how 2020 has kind of felt like somebody pressed the pause button and now we're all stuck. And we have to be optimistic and hope that 2021 is where everything starts to kind of wind back up and start moving. And so I want my workshop to be about making sure that everyone's ready to go, because it could be that we get a couple of weeks we had a week's notice at most to shut down our classes. Let's hope we have a couple of months to reopen our classes. And for some people, they've been working on their belly dance skills and their teacher training stuff and are ready to start classes first time, and that's great. Other people have been on pause and need to start again. A lot of people who have been running classes either online or in small groups really are going to need to up their game and turn them into a bigger class, more active class. So yeah, that's what my lecture is going to be about, some help and advice. I'm hoping people will come live so that we can talk about some of the issues that people have with their teaching. But I'm going to go that whole, best practice, how to do classes, start to finish, how to market them, how to run your business behind, all that stuff, so that everyone can have really successful belly dance classes, whether that's in person or online, in 2021. So that's my aim.
I'm super excited about that, because I feel like this bundle that you guys have put in really encompasses all of the different facets of the Bellydance Business Academy, right? Because like this is like teachers, like maybe mid-level professionals and up, and then right, Terry, with the coaching circle, you're coming in with the people who are like, I'm ready to go. Like let's grow this. And then Lisa, who's on vacation right now. Lisa's coming in. No, but I want to. You should have seen, actually, at one point during all of this, Siobhan went to Italy before, like, the spikes in Europe had happened. And I was like, send me pictures. I need photos. She did, too. That's how I knew we were going to be friends. She followed through and sent me the travel photos because I asked. And then Lisa's doing, like, cognitive behavioral science in conjunction with practice. So, the stuff that we've been working on with the 21 days of belly dance and like getting into the mindset of practicing and practicing every day, and like how do you figure out what to practice, and like getting into all of that stuff. So, right, you've got like the mid-level people, the like hardcore like teachers, like we're ready to make our business work, and then you've got the student side too, because so much of, I say this all the time, so much of what you do in your business is the same that you do in your practice. It's the same shit, right? It's like you have to work on your practice, not in your practice. You have to work in it, obviously, because if you don't actually dance, you're not going to get better. But if you don't work on the actual part of how to get on the dance floor, you're never going to do it. And I say, you hear it all the time in the business side of the internet, right? Is to work on your business, not in your business, right? Working in your business is showing up to teach the class. But marketing, doing all the email marketing, the social media, the planning, the growing, the the whole shebang, like that's working on your business. And it's all the same tactics apply, I feel like, across both. So I love that this bundle kind of encompasses so much of it. in what
And
the
I've heard a
Bellydance.
number of times people have said, "Oh, I love teaching, but I don't like doing all the other stuff." It's like the other stuff can be fun too. You just have to make it fun. Don't look at it as like, "Oh, I have to do this stuff." Like mental attitude and having the get up and go about it. If you can improve your business, then the teaching is also more fun.
Because you have more people.
You have more people, and if you got that email out this week, then they come ready to learn. So everyone's more active in the class. If you marketed it and you told people exactly what to expect in the class, then they turn up expecting what you give them, and then they have a better time in their class. Sorry, I'm getting passionate. You can tell.
No, I am all in for these soapboxes. I'm all in for this because any of my contributors will tell you guys, everybody watching, like you get on the phone with me about business, email, marketing, whatever, and I'm just like, I never stop. I just like go off and like I swear to God, I've had like 6 business ideas during this call. I've got Post-it notes all over my desk, just jotting them down, and I have this whole board is the after the bundle board, full of business ideas and things to do after the bundle, because like this is to me this is fun.
Mm-hmm.
This is the fun part, is the marketing and the business. And I love the dancing. I love the artistry, like obviously, or I wouldn't be here. But I like the business side. That's the part for me. And I think all these same tricks that we use to get ourselves into our dance, you can use to like, right? You don't like doing the admin. Maybe doing the admin is also when you listen to new music and search for new music. And then suddenly the admin is fun because that's your music time.
Mm-hmm.
Too. Plus you get to like break out of it every now and then and be like, "Ooh, hold on, I gotta dance to that one," you know. Like, and you come back and do it. So you can use all these same tricks across the board. So
yeah, Lisa's workshop, we did something similar in a smaller group, and just talking about the behavior changes and how to put them in with other habits that you already have, and locking them into things that you do regularly. And she's just amazing. She completely blew my mind. And I was like, that's why I do that. Oh, that's why I do that as well.
I love that. Her podcast is coming out on Tuesday.
Oh,
and
great.
It's excellent, everyone. Definitely check it out. Tuesday's the last day that we're posting videos from any of our contributors or podcasts. And I left it on Lisa specifically because it was like, here's how you take the habit and like keep it going. Right, past the 21 days. Because by then, what are we at? Like 26 days? I totally lied. I'm a big liar. But you know, you can't change the name of something just because you have more days involved. No, you just 21-ish, maybe, kind of.
Yeah, I think like that's one of the things that I really like about Lisa and Sarah and I working together. And of course, we have amazing guest teachers as well who are offering courses and have on-demand classes at the Bellydance Business Academy. So it's not just the 3 of us, but for the coaching, you get the 3 of us.
Yeah.
And my expertise is really around the business, and Sarah's is around the teaching, and Lisa's is around the cognitive behavioral psychology of dance. And it's not that like absolutely I know things about the psychology of dance. Sarah knows things about marketing and business.
Yeah.
Lisa knows, we all know, but we each kind of like have our little niche that we get really passionate about. And so it's just really fun. And for a long time, I ran the coaching circle alone, and that was fun. But this is really fun.
Well,
I have everybody.
I had the joy of sitting in on one of your meetings, and like the 3 of you together are just like such a powerhouse. And you're so much fun, and you're goofy, but in the best way. And like I can just imagine like the 3 of you like getting to get your fingers into somebody's business and be like, all right, let's go. Like what are we doing today? Like I can see it. I can see how much fun you all have doing it.
Well, and because we have all the other teachers who work with us at the Bellydance Business Academy on the teachable side, it means that even if we don't know the answer or we don't have any expertise, we know someone who does. We really do. We've got nice relationships with all these other teachers who have all these other specialist subjects.
Mhm.
And so if you ask a question that we don't know the answer to, and we're not afraid to say don't know, but somebody else will, and we can find you someone who'll have that knowledge. So that's another bonus we have.
Yeah, I'm actually just a little surprised everybody isn't a member of our coaching circle. It's such an amazing resource and such an amazing community that it surprises me.
And
All the time I've been working as a belly dance teacher, and I'm coming up, what am I, like 20 odd years? I've always had a mentor or a partner. I've always had either, kept on that relationship with my previous teacher, or I taught at the same venue as somebody else. I've had close friends who are also teachers. I've always had that instant, I'm going to ask you a question. What should I do? Which of these two flyers? I don't understand how people don't have that relationship with someone or a group of people who can pick a flyer out of a pile of flyers for you.
I have those people too. Like my mastermind they're not belly dancers. They're all across various, one of them runs a Spanish school. One of them's a marketer. One of them is a writer. She's an author. One of them does, he runs like Amazon, like Fulfilled by Amazon stuff. So like the five of us are like really bizarrely like grouped together, but we get along so well. But then I've got my people on the belly dance side that are exactly what you're saying, Sarah. It's like Sahira is one of them for me. It's like day one of the challenge. I called her and I was like, is this challenge any good? Do people worry about this? Like, or do I need to film something else right now? Like, is this my anxiety brain or like, is this legit? And she's like talking me off the ledge. Like, no, Tiffany, post the damn challenge. I was like, okay. But like we all need that. We need, if it's not a group, then it's got to be someone you can talk to and look towards who is in that mindset of help, who will help, right? And if you listen, actually, Sadie's podcast came out this morning. I mean, we talk about mentors on there a little bit, and it's fantastic conversation. See, and this is what I'm talking about with the bundle. It always, somehow, every year, we end up around these things that go together and they flow together. It's absolutely marvelous. It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
Your skill. You're amazing at this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I think it's just like synergy of the universe or something. Because I like, most of the time I leave it up to you. Like, what do you, when I talked to the three of you, I was like, what do you think people need to hear? Like, what do you want to put out there? And I think maybe we're just all so tuned in as teachers to like what our students need. And, as the world, especially this year, has shifted, we can see, like, we're all seeing the same patterns and we're all addressing them in our own ways. Mm-hmm. But that means that they all tie together in really interesting and new patterns. That sounds really woo-woo. I'm like not a woo-woo person, but that sounded really out there.
But none of this would come together unless there was the platform, and you created the platform. So we could all be having these thoughts in our own head, in our own bedrooms, but we all have to come together somewhere.
Yeah, and that place is the live party with a shitload of balloons. I don't know if you know, but I'm really proud of these balloons.
They're great balloons. They're really great.
I'm loving how, as the day's going, some of them are just going down.
I know. Well, see, the one on the floor actually is the one I got yesterday for my daughter. So, like earlier in the day. So, like, that's what they would look like if I had bought them all at the time that I planned to buy them all. The lady told me that wouldn't work, so we had to change it up. So someone has asked, will we be able to watch later after the fact in the chat? And I'm not sure if they're talking about the YouTube stream or if they're talking about the classes, but I'm going to answer both questions because I can. So the YouTube stream will be up until at least the end of the sale, and I'm going to talk to some people about getting bits and pieces of the recording into the bundle itself. We'll see. But for the lectures, because you guys are here part of the lecture bundle, the lectures from the Bellydance Business Academy are lifetime access after they happen, which is awesome because you can come back and learn again and again from them if you need to. And then every single lecture that happens in the bundle has a recording available. Whether that recording is limited or not depends on the class and how that teacher puts their stuff out on the internet. But there is a recording for literally everything. So if you can't make it because you live in a time zone that doesn't match up with the contributor, or if the world just explodes that day and it's not happening, don't worry about it. We got you. There's no stress. But we do want you to come live because we just want to create, like, I want to have this live party like every 2 weeks with everybody just moving around the internet studying together. This is what I want so badly.
You know, Tiffany, something else for folks is the Bellydance Business Academy classes are lifetime access.
They all are. Yes, that's true.
If you're not a member yet, it's free to become a student of the Bellydance Business Academy. You can actually go and log on right now to www.bellydancebusinessacademy.com. It'll take you through to the site where we host all of our classes. And Sarah, we have what, like 30 or 40 free classes?
There's so many. There's so
many free classes that if you're just ready to get started while you're waiting, just go check it out. It's free to be a member. We got lots of free classes, so you can just, you know, poke around, see what we've got, see what you're interested in. So one of the things that we feel really strongly about is giving back to the community, knowing that everybody doesn't have the resources to be able to pay for classes, although the classes are really
affordable.
About, $15, about what you'd pay for a regular dance class. Workshops are a little more, but still all of the pricing is in line with what you would pay for a dance class. But we really wanted people to be able to start their journey into business success with free classes. So every free class has a takeaway. It has something that you'll learn, you'll be able to implement immediately.
That's the best part. So I've got one question for you guys from the chat before we switch off. We're going to do another showcase. And it is from Lorna. She asks, how do you know who is a good person to bounce the ideas, flyers, etc. off of?
Oh, well,
Good
I guess,
question.
yeah, it is a good question. I guess that comes down to, are they consistently giving you the correct answers, the answers that you need? We've had conversations before where the actual answer is you already know the answer. So like you were saying about, is your video good enough? You already know the answer. The answer is that video was great. You know that. And so sometimes you just need someone to affirm and to give you the confidence that you need. If you're working with someone who constantly says, oh, that's not good enough, no, and brings you down, then that's not the right person. You want to be working with someone who constantly lifts you up and who can, in the same way as, you know, finding a teacher, you want someone who's looking out for the best of you and to get the best out of you and knows what you're capable of without, you know, without pushing you too fast or too far, supporting you in your journey, because everybody's on a slightly different journey.
Yes.
So yeah, you're looking for the person who will, you know, be your cheer team, will support you on your journey rather than trying to make you into something different, someone different. Yes.
One thing that I learned from Zara Zuhair a while back was she always referred to people as like they either gave you energy or they were like energy vampires.
Right.
And so the people who like suck the energy out of you, like after you're done talking to them, you're like really tired and exhausted, but not in a good way. Not like, oh man, that was like a super fun conversation and like now I just need to recharge, but like that was like, ugh. Like, I don't feel good. Like, this is not cool, right? That's not the person to talk to. You want to talk to the person who, like, when you're done talking to them, you're, like, bouncing off the walls, either ready to get shit done or, right, like, you got to, like, if you're an introvert, like, you'd be surprised, right? I'm running, like, an 8-hour live stream. I'm an introvert. So after this call, like, I'm not going to talk to anybody for 4 hours, right? But I'm going to be so happy about everything that happened. So, like, if you're like that, right, it's that kind of feeling of needing to recharge, but like in a way to like get to the thing, you know, like I think that is something to really like pay attention to when you're working with other dancers and talking to them and trying to find this person in your space.
And also, you know, and now see, this is so fun because we each have a different lens.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Business lens, it depends on what your target market is.
Also true.
Are you looking to get feedback on your website and your website's designed to attract new students? Well, then maybe the person you ask might be somebody who doesn't know anything about belly dance to see if your message is coming across the way you want it to someone who doesn't know. If you're trying to attract students and you have a flyer. Well, maybe you want to ask your students, would this be something that would motivate you to come to class? So you can have those like mentors and absolutely everything Sarah said, and you can be strategic about what level of feedback you need for whatever project or whatever item that you're working on, by thinking through who's your target audience and can you duplicate that target audience by asking someone's opinion. And it might not be a dancer, it might be a friend from work, because you're trying to find out if they would be interested in coming to your classes not knowing anything about you, because that's the way to know whether you're going to appeal to the general public, for instance.
Yeah. And go ahead.
Sorry, this is so fun. People actually are joining the Bellydance Business Academy right now.
Someone posted in the chat, they were like, they had no idea that it was a free membership with so many free classes. Like,
yeah, we've had a couple of people join because I get alerts every time somebody joins. So, yes.
That is so awesome. Yeah, and Terry, that's why I love having my mastermind. They're not belly dancers. None of them. They know nothing about belly dance. But they are, they understand marketing and they understand writing, copywriting and launching and, all systems and all this stuff. But there are things like I take to them and I'm like, these are the things I need help with. And they'll come back and they'll say something. I'll be like, you are hilarious. That would never work in the dance world. You've obviously never spoken to another belly dancer. Like, no. And so then I'm like, you guys know. And then I come over here and I talk to my belly dance friends and I'm like, okay, I took these pieces of what I'm doing over here, belly dance lens. And that's what I love about the academy and the circle, right? Is because you're getting that from people who understand belly dancing, which is so important when you're trying to launch in this space, because we're so different as a niche from anything else online. It's like a lot of other niches, like there are things that they have in common that cross over. And when you bring some of those things into this art form, they haven't quite made it. So it doesn't quite flow the same way when you're just reading business advice that's more generic online. Like, you need to talk to other dancers because they're the ones who have already figured it out and can help you like on the path.
Yes, that is the whole thing right there. That's why we're here.
Excellent. Terry, Sarah, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for answering some questions from the live stream audience, for talking about the academy and cluing people in on it. All three of these wonderful ladies, even though Lisa's not here, all three of these wonderful ladies are putting together basically a Belly Dance Business Academy bundle that is in the lecture bundle, which is part of the Belly Dance bundle. So if you are loving everything that everyone has been saying here, you're going to want to grab a copy of the bundle this year, because this actually isn't even the only bit that's about business, because we also have Katie Sahar coming on to talk about social media for dancers as well. So there's quite a few different business aspects to the lecture bundle this year, which I really, really, really love, because it's, even as a student, there's something to take away from absolutely everything that's happening right here. Everything that we've talked about, you can take and twist to fit you as a student as well. And it's just part of learning. It's part of getting into all the different pieces of what this dance has to offer us.
Thank you, Tiffany.
And you are doing such a great job today.
Thank
you. As usual. Love you lots.
I love you guys so much. Like, I really do wish we could just chat all the time. Like, Aziza said she wanted to just do this every Sunday. Like, if I thought I could make it work, I would do it. I would. I love you guys so much. All right.